Okay, so as many of you know, there's a lot of just craziness and panicking and just nonsense going on right now, and I don't want this to be another place that you come to and have to hear even more about it. I want this to be a place that you can come to and kind of escape from all that. So I can assure you that I won't be talking about any of that stuff, but one thing I can assure you is that we're gonna be setting up another guppy tank today, the second one now. As you can see, I've already got the tank in place with the light on it and the heater already in it, and this is gonna be a pretty cool tank because I'm gonna be doing something a little bit different with this tank that I haven't done with any other tank before, and that is we're gonna have 2 layers of substrate. We're actually gonna have EcoComplete along the bottom and then sand right over top of that. Something I've always wanted to try out, but I never have, and that's something that we're gonna be doing in this tank because this tank is a tank that I really want to try growing a good number of plants in. And my main goal with this tank was just to breed some guppies. I was never really trying to grow plants in here, but that definitely happened without a doubt. But there's a few reasons why I'm setting up this second guppy tank. One, because I want to make this tank just like an inler tank, so that way we don't crossbreed any of them. And then this tank is going to be our fancy guppy tank here. Let me go and turn on the lights so you can see it a little bit better. By the way, this is just a little AQUARIUM hangover planet tank light. Got it for about 30 bucks off of Chewy, and as you can see, it's a pretty nice light. Now another reason is you see all this guppy grass right here? Well, it's kind of taking over the tank, and believe it or not, there's actually several other different kinds of plants in here that you just can't see. You can see these Anubias out here. By the way, we're going to take all those out, the 2 big ones and the 2 little sprouts. There's a little bitty Amazon sword right there, but the main plant that I want to try growing in that tank is the Subulata back here. So I planted 2 little stems of it when I first set the tank up, and there are just several little sprouts right here, and I don't even know how many more there are along here. I'll just have to find out once I pull all this guppy grass back. There's also a little bit of this creeping Charlie. This is some of it right here. You just can't see all of it because all the dang guppy grass. And there's also one little stem of some type of hygrophila, and you can't see it at all. And I don't know how well it's doing because I haven't seen it in probably 2 months because all the dang guppy grass. So I think you know why I want to set up a second guppy tank now. And also here within a few weeks, because it's starting to warm back up, I'm also going to be making a little bitty outside guppy deck pond as well. So we're going to have a bunch of babies. By the way, let me show you a few of the babies that are in the tank that we have set up right now. So there's been 4 batches of babies that have been bred in this tank, and all that's been done with just 2 females, and all the other inlets are all males. Those little guys right there are some of the second batch babies, and some of the newest batches are down here along the bottom. You can see a few of them right there. So there's a bunch of little babies in here, and when I feed this tank, you guys know they just come out of every little part of the tank. So a little bit about this EcoComplete. It is a great plant growing substrate. I have it in a few of my tanks and I absolutely love it. It's also already got live bacteria in it, so that way that'll kind of help, you know, speed up the cycling process of this tank, and we won't have to wait as long to put fish in there. We're going to be putting that in there first, and then to go over top of that, we have some sand right here, and this was actually the sand that I had in this tank before I took it down back when it was, you know, the convict cichlid tank. And then I have a few river rocks right here. Got a big old bubble one, and also this was the filter that I actually had on Chungus's tank before I put the new dual head filter on it, and it's a little bit overkill for this tank. This is actually meant for like 20 and 30 gallon tanks, but this is only 10 gallon, but let's just say it's going to keep it really, really clean. Alright, so I'm actually going to go and pull out all the plants that we're going to be using in this tank. So I'm going to go and grab 2 big Anubiases right here. I've had these guys for I don't know how long. I've had them for months, and I mean, look how big they've gotten. That is some nice looking Anubias right there. It's going to look great in there. Here's the second one. This one's a little bit smaller, but still pretty decent size if I can get that guppy grass off of it. And as you can see, it's another really, really nice looking Anubias as well. Go and pull the little Amazon sword out. Got our 2 little Anubias sprouts right there. These guys will hopefully one day turn into that in this tank. And look at there, I can already see a few little Subulata sprouts. It's going to be really interesting to see how many of those there really are in here. Okay, so it's a mess. I basically pulled out every single plant in here that was not guppy grass. Actually, to pull out some of the guppy grass just to get to some of the plants. And let me show you this hygrophila. This was it right here. It's basically the same as it was when I first put it in the tank. And it's a pretty cool plant when it's actually in good shape. This one is not so much in that kind of shape right now. This was an Anubias that I actually forgot about because it just got overran by the guppy grass. So we now have 5 Anubiases, including the 2 little sprouts. And then all this is all Subulata sprouts. So this plant was actually one of the plants that actually got it going. That one, and I believe this one right here. So I think I got out about 7 sprouts total. I'm not exactly sure. I'll find out once I start to plant them in the tank. But there was definitely several of them in there. So I think I've done enough talking, so sit back, relax, and let's get this tank escaped. Let's do it. So it's now the next day, and I've given the tank, you know, a little bit of time to clear up, and it's looking pretty nice. It's not fully crystal clear just yet, but I'm pretty well liking how it's looking. You can see the filter doesn't put off that much of a flow, which is one thing I was kind of worried about, but check it out. This is probably my favorite part of the tank. The two big anubias right here, and I kind of enclosed them with the river rocks. And then we got all these little subulata sprouts over here, this anubias, the Amazon sword back there in the back, and the little hygrophila plant back there. So even though the Eco Complete substrate already had live bacteria in it, I'm probably going to let it cycle for probably 2 to 3 weeks or so before I add any fish in here. But right now, I think it looks pretty good. This tank is pretty well cleared back up, and as you can see by taking those plants out and kind of spreading out the guppy grass a little bit, it definitely opened up the tank a little bit and gave the fish a little more room to swim. And the cory cats also have more room to swim along the bottom as well, because before they were struggling just to get to the middle part of the tank. But yeah, it definitely looks a lot better now. So I pretty well like how the tank turned out, and it's a pretty simple tank. I wasn't wanting to do anything too crazy with it, really just trying to grow a few plants in there and also breed some type of guppy. Now, I'm not sure exactly what kind of guppy I want to put in there, but I want to just have one particular species of guppy, or really one strain of guppy. So if you guys have any suggestions as to what kind of guppy that you think I should keep in that tank and try to breed, let me know down below in the comments. But that's pretty much it for now. So if you guys did enjoy today's video, don't forget to drop a like down below, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and I will catch all of you guys in the next video. Peace!